everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is all about my no spend January, so don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a lovely time with your family or however you choose to celebrate, but this is all about a no spend January. Now I feel that January is kind of an easy month to do this in because everybody's just, I guess, had enough of the indulgence of Christmas if you celebrate it and all the extra things that come with it, extra food, extra presents, extra spending, extra everything. And so I always feel like January is a good time to start fresh. It's a new year and it's one of the times where it's a bit dark, it's a bit dreary and it's easier to stay inside, and so having a no spend month is easier than other months. So why have a no spend month at all? Well, if you're like me, I have found December really expensive, as I always do. I've said in previous videos that it's my birthday in December, it's my youngest birthdays in December, and also obviously Christmas in the mix in there, and birthday parties and all sorts. It's an expensive month, and it's an expensive month for lots of people. So once Christmas is out of the way and you kind of look into the new year and then beyond, you might be looking at your finances going, oh my gosh, December pay has to last a really long time, and it really does, and I'm no different in that respect. So no spend January is all about kind of reining in the overindulgence and things and just really monitoring where your money goes, what are your spending habits like, what are the things that maybe could be changed. I'm not saying that it's the easiest thing in the world to do, because if you're used to spending money regularly, a no spend month can come as quite a shock, but I find them so useful to do. And the other reason for doing a no spend month is to kind of get myself back on track. So I have found the last kind of 6 to 8 months really difficult, and if you're not new here you'll know all about that. And part of that has had a massive impact on my own finances, and I feel like I've not buried my head in the sand about them, but I haven't been tracking them, I haven't been tracking no spend days, I haven't really cared at all. In fact, I haven't really cared about very much. And so I feel like for me, a no spend month, a new year, new beginnings and all that would be really helpful. So the plan is, I've got everything planned in my budget planner, my trusty budget planner. I'll leave a link below if you want to get one of these. I've sent out so many in the past kind of week or so. It makes me so excited that lots of people are going to be using the same system I do, and I really love it. But I've got my budget set up for the month of January, and I'll leave a link below to the actual budget with me video for that. But I have put, if you haven't seen that, my no spend day aim as 25, and I've got a tracker in here. Again, if you've watched my budget with me video you'll know this, but I will show you this in case you haven't. There is a no spend day tracker in here as well, and I am someone who's very much a visual aid person, so I have these kind of trackers, I have savings challenge trackers, I've got videos coming up about those, and so I'm aiming to have this as a motivational guide, I suppose, because I find it useful. But there are some rules to the no spend month, to no spend January. So first of all, petrol doesn't count because I need the car to get to work and back, I need to get my children to school and back. Petrol is a necessity. I feel like it is in most households. Let me know down below if you count that as a necessity, or travel in terms of getting to work and back or whatever. A necessity surely is in most households. But anyway, so petrol doesn't count as a no spend day. I can't avoid needing to buy petrol, and so yes, I'm going to try and be organised and buy it on a day when I'm spending anyway, but it doesn't always work out like that, and so I'm not going to count that in this challenge. Obviously I'm going to try my best to keep our budget under control, so if you've watched my budget with me video you'll know that my budget is really tight this month, and so I am not going to go overboard with things. However, I don't necessarily want it to be obvious to my children that I'm having a no spend month. They are my reason for keeping on going at the moment, and they shouldn't know anything about it. They're not going to miss out on anything. So for example, there's already 2 birthday parties in January that they've been invited to, they're going to go to those. That's kind of a separate budget, and that doesn't come into no spend challenge because that wouldn't be fair on them. They're not choosing to do this, I am, so anything like that doesn't count either. And so yeah, I'm not going to be taking them kind of on really expensive trips every weekend and stuff. That's not it. We don't do that anyway, to be fair. So just be mindful about what we are spending on, but it's not I'm not going to say no to them all month because that's not fair on them either. The other thing that I'm really going to be conscious about is actually what is my money going on. So if you know me, and I've got a link in my description to buy me a virtual coffee, you'll know that I am a massive fan of a takeaway coffee. I would be the first person to kind of hold my hand up and say, yeah, that's a bad habit of mine. In fact, I posted on Instagram yesterday with a good versus bad money habits for me, and one of them is takeaway coffee because I love it. And it's just that it's not even, I guess, the coffee as much as what it represents. And so I do enjoy getting a takeaway coffee or sitting in sometimes, but generally get it to bring home. And there's something about that that's it's become the norm, I suppose, but actually I can't really afford it anymore. So it's things like that. Where is my money going? Is it going to the best places? Could I be doing things any better? And how do I move forward and make my life as easy as possible in terms of, I want our standard of living to stay the same where possible, and of course it's not going to. I've gone from 2-income household to 1-income household, quite a low 1-income household, but I'm figuring out, or trying to figure out, a way of how that will stay the same even if I'm making things a lot more simpler. And so it's being mindful of where my money goes, and is it going to something that's important to me, kind of aligns with my values and our kind of future lives, I suppose. Because 9 times out of 10, if you exclude all the necessities that we need, food, petrol, the basics, I guess, I don't need much more than that. And to be fair, neither do my children. You should see the amount of things they got for Christmas. They do not need anything else. They might disagree with that, but they don't. And it's also teaching them that it's okay to not be spending money all the time, and it's okay to want things but not get them, and about saving up for things. So I'm trying to teach them lessons about that at the same time. So I'm very much aware that I need to be mindful. So a No Spend January will help me do that. And I'm hoping that lots of you will join along as well. I do have a No Spend Month Facebook group that I will post a link below to if you want to join me in there. But I'm hoping that lots of you will join me on No Spend January. Honestly, it is the easiest month, or I think it's the easiest month to do this in, because everybody's kind of, it's getting back to work, it's really dark, and I live in the northeast, so normally quite miserable, don't want to do much anyway, and so it's easy to rein in that. I don't think, say if I said, oh, let's do it in August, there's no chance. So I feel like January's a good month to do No Spend January in. So let me know down below if you're going to join me in No Spend January. How many no spend days are you going to aim for? So I've got the budget planner that has a no spend day tracker in it. I've also got a printable version in my Etsy store if you want to purchase and print at home. There are 2 different designs in my Etsy store to print, like to download and print at home. If you're anything like me, that visual representation can be really motivating, especially if you suddenly see that you're getting quite a few spend days in a row. You can see that on the tracker, but also kind of think, right, what am I spending on? Has there been any triggers to my spending? Has it been like a really rubbish day and so I've spent because I feel really rubbish? All that kind of stuff. You'll start to see patterns within your own spending, and that's a really useful tool to have as well, especially at the end of the month when you reflect. And I will do another video at the end of the No Spend January to reflect on how I found it, and of course I'll share things along the way. I'm also going to be more present over on TikTok in 2023. I started that last year, and then as with everything kind of went by the wayside, but I will probably share more of my day-to-day life over on TikTok because it's easier to do so over there. But yeah, so let me know down below if you're going to join me in No Spend January, and like I said, I'll keep doing on updates as I go along. But as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon.